Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Wargaming.net League Gold Series Week 5, Day 2. I'm Breaker.
This Edison 99.
And I'm Escape Alpha.
And tonight, we're going to have NUMB facing off against PvP Super Friends. And then after that, we're going to get into Gash plus Night Eagles versus Team Efficiency. And personally, if I had to make calls on who would basically take these sets today, I think it would be PvP Super Friends would win their set and Team Efficiency would win their set. Assuming there were no draws. But that's just what I think. What?
Yeah, but yes, I know that because the team efficiency is much, in the record is much better than the Nigo, but NUMB is not bad.
Okay.
On the score right now, maybe they are higher than PvP.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think about it.
Check that data.
Yeah, I mean, well, basically all of these teams except for Gash plus Night Eagles made it to the Gold Series of Season 1, which was actually basically the top 8. And every team at that point walked away with cash in hand, more or less.
Yeah.
Or at least wire transferred to them, if you will. All right, so I think it's time to jump into the rules for tonight's tournament.
Okay.
I said it's time to jump into the rules for tonight's tournament. There we go. All right. Victory condition is attained whenever all enemy vehicles are destroyed within the time limit or the base is captured. Winning a game will give you your team 1 point. If a draw occurs, both teams get 1 point. And of course, the team that obtains 3 points will win the matchup. If both teams have 3 points at the end of the matchup, then both teams walk away with 1 point for the entire series. Winning the matchup, of course, will give you 3 points in the round robin stage of this tournament and solidify your lead. Right now, if I'm not mistaken, we actually have, let's jump into the standings real quick. I believe Elong's got 13 points.
Yeah. Elong is first one right now.
Oh, yeah. Unstoppable.
Yep.
Really, I mean, like, their performance on day 1 was something that had us all absolutely stunned, I think. Like, versus NVIDIA Aces, that was the most intense best of 5 we ever saw in the entire Gold Series for this season. Tense Honking worked their way up to second prize.
Yeah, not bad, but they got 3 draws,
I mean, like, that's kind of, I guess you could say, a very common phenomenon here. I'm looking at the standings right now, and it's like 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12 draws, and then we look at the victories. Wins 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. All right. Well, if we check how many, we compare how many wins there are to how many draws there are, that's a little bit stunning. But let's jump into the silver standings for the time being.
Yeah, we can see that the number is higher than PvP right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely worth noticing. So, it all comes down to the matchup, I think. But 1 blood there. Did lose 1 set. I don't think they played since day before yesterday. Maybe they'll be playing tonight.
It's a new, it's up today, I think. Yeah, it's up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's up today. It's up today.
Okay. So
wait a minute.
1 blood is playing today.
Yeah, but the third and the second is wrong.
Yeah, the points are upside down.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Hashtag made in Taiwan, guys. Made in Taiwan. All right. Now we're going to jump into the lobby. Game number 1 on Minds. Always an exciting way to start off a set. AMX 50 is 2. It will be for PvP Super Friends, an AMX 1390, and 2 T32s to accompany them. That's a pretty heavily armored composition.
Yeah.
And 2 AMX 1390s, 1 T32 for NUMB, and 2 T69s. If I'm not mistaken, the T69 actually moves very, very quickly. I think I've hit it quite a few times.
The speed, speed compared to T32 is quick, is fast, but compared to MS50, it might be slower.
Right.
M50 is really fast. Also, it's a heavy tank, but the space is nice.
I know. For the longest time, it was just such a curse. It was such a pain in the rear to play against T69s when I only had a 90mm cannon on my ARL-44. But now that I've got a 105, now that I have a 105mm cannon, it's like, finally, I can do damage to these things. So they can run.
Wait, you talking about T69?
Yeah, I can do damage to it now that I have a 105mm cannon on my ARL.
T69 only use
90.
Yeah.
No.
76 and 90.
Yeah, but I use an ARL-44.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, when I'm using the 90mm cannon versus it's so difficult to penetrate. But once I got the 105mm cannon on it, everything was
its
great.
less gun is 90, right? You are using the second one, right? You still have the last one. It's a 90mm.
Yeah, I still have one more 90mm. It's got
Yeah,
higher
yeah,
penetration
yeah,
on it,
yeah.
but I haven't unlocked it yet.
Okay.
So close.
Yeah.
So spawning to the north, it is NUMB, and to the south, it's going to be PvP Super Friends. The question is, are we going to see a rush for the hill? Looks like yes, and Furbex is going to get in there uncontested.
PvP use 5 heavy tank up here, so they're gonna rush.
But I mean, this is obviously a part of the plan for PvP Super Friends. Whether or not it
Because-
works out for
yeah,
them in the
yeah,
end,
Yeah, because
it's a
they
completely
got
different
two
thing.
MS50. Maybe they're gonna waiting for the full reloaded.
Mm-hmm. All right, so going into free cam now, this just looks so much
Okay.
better.
Okay.
Guess they're poking their way up the hill.
Yeah, PB use a new strategy right now. Before they used to have the 2 MS50. The first time they used one. Sorry. They used to use 2 MS13, but today they only use one.
All right.
They choose much heavier setup.
Feels so good to be back into the swing of
Ooh.
things. But here we go.
Wow, it's dangerous up
Furbex turning that corner
Oh,
in. Darting
nice,
for his life.
nice.
Antari has taken 460 damage there, for 323 off of Joke,
Oh.
and 247 off of Ming.
Yeah.
Antari taking 235 stacked up to 463, and this is not looking too hot. 728 now for that heavy tank.
Yeah.
238 now onto Horse. And I want to say that the exchange is definitely going somewhat in favor of PvP Super Friends, but NUMB has a more heavily, PvP Super Friends has a more heavily armored composition. This is going heavily in favor of NUMB.
Yeah, yeah. And the min is really.
And Joke is in a lot of trouble.
Wow.
Who's gonna fall
Wow.
first? Who's gonna fall
Hydrox.
first? Antari's at 237 damage.
Wow,
His
Hydrox
teammate
down.
coming in to shield for him, and in the background we do see Hydrorex
And ice water.
did get taken down.
Wow.
247, 244. God, this is such an even-ish exchange, but now we can see the heavy tanks are getting whittled down. They're super exposed here. 786 off of Batman. And Tare, of course, is down to one shot. Batman takes 2 more, and I think he's out of the game. Little Mac, 391 with that hit. 236 off of Ice Water, 497. There's so many
Oh,
low
he missed.
HP tanks.
Wow, they got 4. Well, I think it's a 1 shot, 1 kill for the four heavy tank.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, so dangerous right now.
Right.
Wow. But even they only have 100 hit point, they still can make like 300 damage per shot. So still really good.
In the
Wow,
background,
wow.
Robin.
Nice.
Yeah. In the background, Robin took down Pseudo
Wow.
Giant there on NUMB. Ajax
They're missing.
poking forward on the
missing
357
again.
damage,
Wow.
and now NUMB is actually, contrary to my initial expectations, they're taking game number 1 in excelling fashion. And look at the way things are going here.
A little Mag is reloading.
And Horse is
Oh,
gonna
he come back.
turn the
So might be already reloaded.
Little Mac trying to get that hit, but I mean, he's so low in the way of HP. I think if he takes
Yeah,
2,
yeah.
not more than 3 shots, he's out of the game. Just depends on how much damage he takes, whether or not there are any bounces, any X factors, or anything like that in the makes. Vindy waiting for that T1 Cunningham, that Anuto, if I'm not mistaken. So that's one thing that's working against Team NUMB for the time being. They only have a single T1 Cunningham. All right, Robin took a huge hit there, and he's out after Vindy spots him. 273 off of Little Mac, and now he's out of the game, courtesy of Horse. And that is going to mean the final tier 8 tank, Anuto, can, I guess you'd say, attempt to get a draw, but with all the tanks piling in on the capture point, I think this game is basically sealed out for PvP, sealed out in favor of NUMB. Okay, well, crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Again, showing like, this is, I guess you could say, and this might not be the best time for analysis. Of course, we still have to stop and think of what happened there, but NUMB had a lighter tank composition than the opposing team.
But the lighting is auto-loader. You can annoy them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't, I mean, like, and if you're low HP, they're going to chase you down no matter what,
Yeah.
especially if you don't have teammates there to cover you. But we have to stop and collect our thoughts for a minute. We'll be back after a short break, guys.
Okay.
All right, guys. So after, I guess you could say, a teeny bit of analysis, we thought that the critical part was, of course, the play of the two AMX 1390s in the center hill, because, of course, they were at two different angles. We're talking, I believe it was Furbex and his buddy, I forget, the game's over. Like, the two AMX 1390s in the center hill, basically poking out, taking their shots, trying to make them connect, and successfully doing that. Not only that, the heavy tanks trying to get up the hill at that moment were actually, what's the word I'm looking for? They were taking shots from the side. And
actually, they cannot they cannot tackle the light tanks because the other side they got one. Those tanks will over a lot of support fire. So if you just show up your side and try to up here, you're gonna battle with a lot of punishment. So and the light tank gonna run. Actually, we have to do like that. Just watch the light tank. And the force tank will back. If you use other 4 tank as well, you got less punishment.
Alright, so we saw a Good Luck Have Fun come out from Furbex. Of course, you guys couldn't see that just now. With the Observer mod, you can't see chat, but spawning to the north side, we do have NUMB, and to the south, it's going to be PvP Super Friends. NUMB up 1 point, and of course, we can see that Team NUMB is sporting an all AMX 1390 composition.
Yep.
Something we've really only seen in Season 2 of the Wargaming Gold Series. Season 2 of the Wargaming League.
Yeah, and look at NUMB. NUMB has, not NUMB, look at PvP. They have 4 MX 1390s as well.
But they've got one
T69.
T69.
Yeah,
and that's
the
meant to...
only difference.
Right.
Yeah.
And according to Edison's analysis, he says, you know, the T69 basically directly counters the AMX 1390, but here we go, the big engagement's happening now. 512 damage off of Furbex. 226 off of Joke.
Whoa,
974!
nice,
but the first to fall is Batman from PvP Super Friends. 704 damage off of Atari. It's 450. It's... Oh my god, so much. He's on fire right now, Horse. And Hydra Rex does get the finishing blow onto him, and now it's only one AMX 1390 remaining for Team NUMB. That was just... You know, forget the fact that the first blood actually went to NUMB and they took Batman out of the game. I think, honestly, once we examine the situation, we can see that PvP Super Friends just, I guess they coordinated their fire correctly and they won the game outright, sort of. Although this game isn't over just yet. I think with a ring and a prayer, maybe, just maybe, NUMB's got a chance. They've, you know, as long as there's tanks in the game, they've still got a chance, essentially.
So fast, It's only 2 minutes, almost.
Dodging bullets.
Yeah.
I wonder if Ming is reloading.
Yeah, he's reloading.
Uh-oh, he's taking fire now.
He's not reloading, you know, the match is over.
Yeah, Hydra Rex is chasing him down, missing a few shots, and oh, he's trying to get away. Trying to get away.
Check.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. He didn't even get a finishing blow onto the enemy, and it's all to Vindy now. Of course, we've seen this happen before, and it's led to some victories previously, but I don't think that's going to happen here.
Yeah.
Safest non-gamble choice from PvP Super Friends, even though the victory is basically guaranteed at this point.
Okay, they just don't want to waste the time, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. You know.
Just says, all right, it's time to drown. But that's I guess you could say pretty interesting. To say the very least.
Yeah, they just rush in, you know. Look like a strategy there, you know.
That was a very short game.
Yeah, but even the position, you know, still got some problem because they use 3 tanks, turn around the corner, but you know, there's 5 tanks waiting for you. It's really dangerous.
It is. I mean, like, as Edison said, I think it all just came down to not only the fact that the opposing team, PvP, had a T69, but also the fact that they were turning the corner one at a time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think that just about summarizes the game in a nutshell. So we'll be back with game number 3 after the short break. Hi guys, back with game number 3. The score is now 1-1. In case you guys missed game number 2, it actually was very, very quick.
Yeah.
I think the fastest game we've ever seen. One of the fastest games.
Yeah, it might
Definitely.
be only taking 2 minutes, so I cannot remember any game faster than this one.
Yeah, I'm actually like assuming. Okay, that commercial happened. Break number 1 was 7 minutes ago. We're on a 7-minute delay right now. We can see that the game is actually loading up. Ah, forget it. Let's get into this game. Okay. So it's going to be 2 AMX 1390s coming off for our
2 M13
NUMB?
with 3 T72. Oh yes, the both side with M13.
Right, that's going to be the mirror of the day, and at least the 2 AMX 1390s part. 2 T69s to deal with those AMX 1390s and an OBJ 416. What is the alpha on that cannon? Like what?
It's 320.
320 millimeters?
I mean,
Oh, damage.
no. You mean alpha?
Yeah. Geez, I don't know what I'm talking about when I say alpha. Okay, so
Okay.
what is? How big is the cannon? Is it
it's a 105.
105?
Yep.
Okay. What's the reload time on it?
Pretty low time. I forget. Maybe 7 seconds.
Ooh.
Quite fast.
That is, yeah. That's like a 105 millimeter machine gun. It may as well be. Considering I'm packing one of those on an ARL presently, and it takes about 10 seconds to reload.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
He used 3 heavy tanks, so I recommend. I cannot recommend it, but on such setup, you cannot fast to them because they got 3 T32.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, so they're gonna go up here and tackle much more defensive.
let's see just where things go from this position. All right. So for the time being, as Edison said, they're trying to take the hill. Definitely, I think the smart choice in this position, based on the fact that.
And they're gonna flank to
Yeah.
A6. They use it to M13 to sniping the T32.
All right.
PV should know that. Oh, I see the Forbes was spotted because they're quite close for 50 meters.
Yeah, Robin
Yeah, here,
is
right.
not looking too good,
Yep.
but that was a bait. Ouch. One shot missed, but one did connect for 353 onto Furbex.
Yeah,
Unless,
they should kill Robin.
yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Got
Yeah,
him. Ouch.
even got a couple shots. That's okay.
Was that worth it though? Was
It's
it
worse.
worth?
It's worse.
Okay,
Because
okay.
they cannot snipe with a T32 right.
All right,
so
just make sure.
Yeah, he cannot have. They cannot have a return, so that's okay.
All right, all
Think
right.
about that interest.
And there is a tank at the
Okay, I can
K2
snipe it now.
position.
I can snipe
PvP does have a tank at the K2 position. I'm wondering if that's a T1 Cunningham.
it. Yes, that T1.
All right.
Okay, so they got 2 M13 to be a sniper there. Okay, the PvP also have a really defensive setup. And right now they're gonna send the M13 A3. Gonna spot the Jog and the Forbes.
All right. So,
Oh, PvP push. They don't want to defend. Okay, that's cool.
ooh, that's a lot of damage. We see Ice Water taken, but is that correct? It is. It is. He's about to burn down.
Yeah.
We almost missed all of that. Almost.
He don't have the hydrolyzer.
He's one shot, and right now, oh my god, that's a lot of damage that we actually see Batman taking.
Wow.
That was some damage contributed by a T1 Cunningham as well. In return, we actually see NUMB fall as well. Excuse me, Joke fall in the exchange.
Yeah.
And right
And,
now, who's this working out for? Who's getting the better end of this is the harder part to tell. The OBJ is actually not in the hill.
Yeah, but OBJ on the B6.
Oh man, that's not good. Well, Ajax is out.
Yeah.
And we actually saw Hydrorex get the kill there, if I'm not
Yeah, the
mistaken.
min is also really dangerous right now because
Yeah.
of the position is not that good.
591 off of Ming.
Like he can cover by upture, so. Oh.
258 off of Little Mac.
Wow.
581, 825. What's it gonna be? Is he gonna get the jackpot on that? Is he gonna get that tank out of the game? Is what we all want to know.
Yeah.
For the time being, it might just be a no. Both sides initiating a capture, but of course we can see that it's gonna be PvP Super Friends with the lead on their own capture.
But you know, but the Wendy is there, so it's quite easy to reset Angel.
He's just gotta hit the shot. He's just gotta hit one shot. He
missing.
missed. He got one.
Wow,
Good.
wow,
Good.
okay,
That's about
okay.
all he needs.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough.
Right, and this is gonna force a reaction. We do see at C2, Charlie, Bravo 2, there is a tank advancing towards that present position, and it must be an AMX 1390.
Yeah, we cannot reset that.
It's gonna be Hydra Rex. It's got to be.
Yep, it's
All right.
Hydra.
Okay, so OBJ416 still in the game. That
Yeah, but the
firepower.
problem is if he show up, then they gonna know, okay, you're M13 here, we cannot rush it, you know. They cannot use the Upture and TC9 to kill T32 first.
Yeah.
And then they cannot
All right, well here we go.
Yeah, he did.
Furbeck's low HP, Ming low HP, Hydra Rex measurably okay, and Little Mac taking a good chunk of damage as well.
Wow. Yeah,
we go.
they make a really right decision right now. They know there's a chance to rush.
I don't know. I think there's a chance to draw as well. I mean, Anuto's just got to find a hiding spot and stay alive.
Yeah, but they know he's
they know he's there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He can't move.
No, he was
He's
capping.
No, he's a T1, so he's not that fast. So they
Right.
cannot
He
find
can't
him.
move in his present position.
Yeah,
Uh-oh. Furbex is about to find him. Like,
Yeah.
these guys have this game cut up and dried. Oh, wait. Anuto just fired shots, and now he's the last tank of the game. Uh-oh.
okay,
Can he
it's
get? Can he get? No!
He know he's here because it only that's shorter than 50 meters, I think. So he just don't want to shoot him because there is another target. He have to deal that first. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the end there we saw Team Furbex, aka Team NUMB,
Yeah.
actually pull out game number 2. That was a little bit
But I
difficult to
think
catch up to.
He's somewhat lucky, I think, because of the T32 do not have Hydro. So, you know, like burn 1,000 hit point, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
That was crazy.
You can see that finally they only have like 100, 300 hit point maybe total. You know.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
there. But let's pull our heads together during this break, and then
Okay.
yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that happened there. We have to go back and process it in our
Okay.
minds right now. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes, guys. All right, guys. The score is now 2-1 in favor of NUMB. The question is, can they seal the deal here on Ensk? We can see the loadout very standard thus far.
Yep.
Bunch of AMX 50s and IS3s.
But PvP uses 3 IS3 right now. Normally they choose 2, but today they choose 3.
You think they're gonna try track sniping?
I'm not sure, but you know, start from 1 week ago, the Elon chose 3 next one. After that, more and more people, more and more teams, they choose 3 single shooter. Not 3 empty people. Normally they choose 3 empty people. Recently they choose 2 I3, but 3 I3 or 3
Okay, so here we go. Spawning to the north, it is going to be PvP Super Friends, and to the south, as you guys can see right in front of your eyes, it would be
NUMB.
Team NUMB. And all they have to do is really play off of their 1-point advantage right now, and you know, achieve a draw, and they effectively speaking win the entire set.
Yep. And
But,
PvP, you know, they separate out. You know, on previous, I think last week, or no, this week and the previous week, PvP go to east side. Normally they didn't do that, and they lose the 2 matches, I think, on the Ensk. So they come back to their old strategy, and it's working. I don't think they have to, have to change that.
All right, well, we can see NUMB kind of going into the green zone just a teeny bit over here. They've got one of their T1 Cunninghams out there, and a couple of them pushing up the tracks as well. Not entirely in the green zone, actually, but I feel like something about this screams risk in my ear. Like, I feel as though this is a slight gamble coming from Team NUMB, but let's just wait and see how this plays out.
I think PvP is going to do something interesting. Batman is actually driving a medium 1, and he's moving with his T1 Cunningham companion.
Yeah. Last night PvP had a match on the Ensk. He also drive the medium 1.
Yeah, so
it has just a little bit more HP, as you can see.
Yeah.
Is there any benefits besides that?
Maybe the turret cannon.
Yeah, it got like 50-meter cannon. Can kill the T1 by 1 shot.
Wow. Well, we just saw a Pseudo Giant get taken out of the game, but that was incurred by an AMX 50. That was Little Mac who got him, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So, checking what is still out on the field. NUMB is lacking in the way of a T1 Cunningham. So that means no backdoor captures, although draw scenarios are still very, very plausible. And
but right now, you know, PvP only have 4 tanks on Soros. I think that's a low possibility for them to rush it.
all right, so
It's still recruiting,
I think the plays are about to happen. That's a lot of tanks piled up right now, Edison. They're firing
but
shots.
Ice Warrior is still on north.
All right.
Or they just blind shot.
Exactly.
Both are blind shotting.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the IS-3s doing it because, of course, the AMX 50s, well,
Yeah.
you don't want to catch an AMX 50 reloading.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to be the AMX 50 that's reloading, rather. For the time being, both sides, I guess you could say, just kind of really playing in each other's heads, and that's about it. So the question is now, where does this game go? And I think we're about to find out sooner or later. Sooner or later.
After they destroy the
Yeah. The entire train
train.
from start to finish. Well, they're waiting for that moment, and PvP Super Friends cannot afford to wait too terribly much longer. They're going to have to make something happen. They're going to have to get some kind of an initiate going, but at the same time, they can't do that with the final tier 8 tank on their team, their final heavy tank way out at home, I feel. Like, if they pile in here, and here they go,
Okay.
I feel like it's not going to work out too well. Let's see how this pans out. Okay, they're piling in for the capture.
Wow.
Already we can see a shot that kind of resets. Ming taking 382 damage, no stack, but
Robin got
931
trouble
onto
there.
Anuto and 394 onto Robin. 1206 on Anuto now,
Too bad.
stacking. That one shot did not pen,
Oh
and now
my
Anuto
God,
is
first
out
down.
of the game. Out of the game is Anuto. Robin takes 267.
Yeah, but
1006 with 3
Ajax
shots.
gonna done too, you know.
Yeah, no, Ajax
Wow.
is looking too good.
2 down.
Now we have to see them pile into that capture circle. They cannot afford to delay
there
anymore.
is
They have to
only
take damage
two.
themselves.
T1.
Nice shot on T1 Cunningham. That takes him out and resets the capture. Not completely, but significantly. Joke has tunnel vision. He wants to get...
Wow, it's
I'm
ran
sorry.
him.
Yeah, he
Wow.
just wants to ram him and get the
Okay, he's
capture
overrushing.
100% reset. This game is looking almost 100% guaranteed for
Yeah,
NUMB
but
now.
the joke is reloading, so he cannot over any fire. Right? Wow, he's done.
Okay, well,
Okay, but someone is the Fabrice is capturing. I
PV...
don't-
Oh, well, the capture lead actually goes now to Furbex.
Yep.
And check this out right now. We have a GG well played coming out from PvP Super Friends. They know that they have almost no chance to
Yeah,
win.
yeah.
But of course that's coming from Robin and his dead tank. Ajax and Ming dive onto Little Mac and he's out. Atari now down to 338 HP, gasps his last as Horse takes him out of the game.
Okay, that's doing really nice today, I think. They do a lot of practice, I know that, because we have a common a Skyping group, so they always finding someone to practice. They are really doing nice today, but I think on the last match, the Insk, the PvP shouldn't use 4 tank rushing. You know, there is their best, and NUMB, they just want to defend. They don't want to push. So that
Right.
means there might be 5 tanks there, and they don't have any skill. They don't do anything to assure that.
There was one heavy tank that was all the way on the east side from Team NUMB. Which
Yeah.
tank was that?
It's an M50, but you know the speed is really fast. So after the rushing, it just come back really fast. But on the north part, the PvP still have a heavy tank there. They just want to go to the north and try to snipe in the south side. But before that, their teammate is I think it's 2 already done.
Yeah. So it was he was a little bit too late to the party.
Yeah.
There's no other way to say it. I think that about I think that just about sums up this third game, or this final game rather, this fourth game between both of our teams, and a little bit, I guess you could say, despite my expectations, NUMB comes out on top.
Yeah.
So let's see how things go between Team Efficiency and Gash plus Night Eagles after this
Yeah.
short break.
Okay.